Hey everybody, it's Thursday, June 10th. Sorry that I'm a day late again. I know I said I'd get this out on Wednesdays, but this week has been screwy with my health again. Big shock there. But yeah, wearing another Pride shirt. I really like this one. Says not a phase. By Pride shirt. With the colors and it has like the phases of the moon. Because a lot of people, I guess I'm going to make this a bi Pride video. I didn't really plan on that. I planned on something else, but I'll save that for next video. Well, actually, I think the only other shirts I have are bi Pride shirts, so I can make any of these bi Pride videos, but probably, I'm so tired. I haven't been getting much sleep lately. But I'm getting a little bit better sleep lately because of a special someone, but that's to be talked about in the future. It's in the very beginning stages. We'll see where that goes. No, so I like the shirt. And it's very true because at the very beginning, I've told this over and over again. At the very beginning, when I came out, people told me I was wrong. People told me I had to experiment. People told me, you either are straight or gay, but you're just confused or whatever. And I had just recently, I had actually cut a few people out of my life because they told me that bisexuality doesn't exist, which really hurt me personally, obviously, because I am bisexual, and for them to tell me that I basically don't exist is just really hurtful, because they don't have to understand it, they don't have to fully grasp it, but for them to just not respect me at all for who I am really hurts me. For them to be like, I respect you, Alex, for who you are, but don't respect your sexual orientation at all because it doesn't exist. Like, basically, who you say you are doesn't exist. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's hypocritical. Because for you to say that you respect me as a person, but don't respect me for who I am, like, how does that make any sense? So I actually, just recently, within like the past 2-3 years, I've actually cut out a few people in my life just completely just for that statement. Like, not for anything that they've done, not for anything who they are, but just for them telling me we don't respect you for who you are. Because for them to tell me we don't believe that, and they're part of the LGBTQ community themselves. Like, they're gay. Like, the few people that I've cut out are gay. And for them to tell me that bisexuality doesn't exist, for them to say I'm proudly part of the LGBTQ community, and to ignore the B in that, like, for them to just skip over that. Like, the B in that is bisexual. So for them to just skip over it and just say, like, well, that one doesn't exist to me. But, like, since it's part of the letters of the word, or the phrase, I will just, say it just because it's been part of it forever, but I don't really believe in it. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. So for you to just say that you're proudly part of this community, but you don't believe in one of them, like, and you think that just doesn't exist. Like, I don't understand how you could say that you're proudly part of the community and you don't support one of your own part of the community. So there's a really bad stigma around it that people believe that it's people that are confused, that they don't know that if they're gay or straight. I will just be flat out honest right now that right now the person that's a special, like, someone to me right now is that I'm starting to talk to a girl. And I have not talked to a girl in a really long time. Well, a woman. It's not like I'm talking to an 18, 19, 20-year-old. I'm talking to someone my age. She's 29. But it's new to me because it's been a while. But it's not that I've, like, flipped off my gayness and I'm now straight. Like, that's not how this works. I am bisexual and I want to date a girl. Because I am attracted to this person in their personality, and it's not that because it's not because I'm confused that I'm like, oh, I thought I've been attracted to guys and now I'm actually attracted to girls, because I am very clearly attracted to guys. I've been in relationships with guys. But now, I've talked to this girl and I like her, and I want to see where it goes. But like, this is just, but it's in a very, very, very early stage. Like, we've barely started talking, so like, it's not anything major or anything like that. But I'm just saying, like, there's a stigma around bisexuality that if you're talking to a girl, you're straight. If you're talking to a guy, you're gay. That's not how it is. No matter who you're talking to, you're still bi, because you have the ability to be attracted to both sexes. And the biggest stigma around it, and Tyler, if you're watching this video, shut up. This is not targeted at you. This is just a stigma around bisexuality as in general, not targeted at you. Because my friend Tyler and I have been going back and forth the past couple weeks. We've been fighting. We've been fighting the past couple weeks over this topic. But it's not. I'm not saying this in this video because of you. And I know he watches these videos sometimes. So just shut up. This is not about you. This is about the whole stigma in general, the stereotype in general. So just don't think it's targeted. But the stereotype that bisexuality, that bisexual people have a higher rate of being likely to cheat than straight people or gay people that are only attracted to one sex. That's not true. Just because we are able to be attracted to both sexes does not mean that we are going to like be dating a guy and be like, ooh, look at that girl, she's really hot, I'm gonna go bang her brains out and cheat on you. Like, that doesn't happen. If you're in a monogamous, if you're in the monogamous mindset, which I am, and you don't, you're not in open relationships or anything like that, which I went into a nice rant about that in my last video, so if you want to go watch that. I don't understand open relationships, but I'm not going to go into that rant again, because I have already said my piece about that. But if you're in a monogamous relationship and you're committed to one person and you really love, you are committed to that one person, no other person should draw your attention away. And that's the same thing with like a gay relationship, straight relationship, whoever you're with. If you see that one person, no other guy, like, let's just say you're like, I'm in a gay relationship and I'm with one guy and there's another attractive guy, and I look at him and I'm like, ooh, he's really attractive. Not even me. I'm just saying in general, like, there's a ton of people out there that cheat. Are they all bisexual? No. There's straight couples, there are gay couples, there are bisexual couples, there are every couple. There are people that cheat everywhere. Are all of them bisexual? No. Are the majority of them gay or straight? Who the fuck knows? Like, you don't know. So, like, some of them might be bisexual and you just don't know. Or some of them might be gay or straight and you don't know. It doesn't matter their sexual orientation. People cheat because they're assholes. People cheat because they're insecure. People cheat because they are not ready for committed relationship. People cheat because they want to use and abuse, because that is their nature. People cheat because they just are absolutely horrible people. People cheat because they want to spread diseases. People cheat because of a multitude of other reasons. For revenge. I mean, people cheat for a million other reasons. People don't cheat because they're bisexual. They don't cheat for that reason. That's not a reason. And if you truly think that, then you are an awful person, because that's not how that works. Being pansexual, I mean, that's being attracted to all genders. Do you really think that a pansexual person is more likely to cheat than, a bisexual person? Because bisexual means that I'm attracted to both genders, male or female. But pansexual means that you are, able to be attracted to just about anybody. Regardless of sexual orientation, gender, whatever, and do you think like they'd be more likely to cheat? Like, to think that someone is more likely to cheat based on their sexual orientation is absolutely ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't understand that. That thought process needs to be left in 2020. You know, leave it alone. Or leave it in this year. Leave it in May of 2021. I mean, leave it alone. Because people need to grow up and realize that we are in a different, you know, people need to grow up and get some common sense. And I know common sense in 2021 is pretty much gone. You know, people used to have common sense back in like the 80s, 90s, even early 2000s with the internet and with TikTok and with the internet and with YouTube and with Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, but with just all these things at the helm, where you can just spread just stupidity. I mean, there's just like stupid little like dance moves that are making millions of dollars or getting millions of views or whatever. I mean, I don't get TikTok at all. That's why I haven't downloaded it, because I don't give a shit. I think it's the stupidest thing in the world. But you know, some people love it. I don't care. I mean, if you love it, cool. I just think it's the stupidest thing, and that's my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. I'm not saying it is the stupidest thing. I think it's the stupidest thing. That is my opinion. So don't take that and be like, well, it's not the stupidest thing. Like, it's the best thing. Like, I'm allowed to my opinion, which is why I said I think. I didn't say it is. I just said I think. So don't bite my head off. Because I'm not one of those people. But I can say that it is the dumbest thing to say, and I can say this for a fact, that it is the stupidest thing in the world to, well, maybe not in the world, but it is the stupidest thing to say somebody's sexual orientation is the reason that they're going to cheat. That does not make any sense. And for someone to look at someone who's bisexual and say, oh, it's not healthy, because I've gotten this line 10 times, maybe 15. Oh, it's not healthy for me to be with someone who's who's bisexual, because it's not healthy for me to be with someone who's bisexual. And then my follow-up to that has always been, oh, why is that? And then they said to me, because I'm worried that you're going to cheat on me. Every single time. I'm not joking. I shit you not. I even have screenshots saved to my laptop. Not because I'm like a creep or anything like that, but just, I mean, I blurred out like the names and everything. I'm not creepy. But just like, I want the reminder of like why I make these videos and why I'm fighting for like, you know, bi equality, because this is bullshit that like bisexual people have to go through this shit. Obviously, LGBTQ equality in general has to be better still. But bi equality right now is just nowhere near where it should be, because people are getting discriminated against in relationships more so than anything else. Because I get turned away by men and women a lot. Because it's, you know, a whole lot of, oh, I feel like I'm gonna get cheated on because you might, if I'm dating you as a woman, you might leave me for a man. It's like, that's not how this works. That's not how it works. People cheat because they're assholes, for the reasons I just listed off before, because they're insecure, because they're horrible people, because revenge, whatever. It's not because of their sexual orientation. That doesn't happen. Like, that just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. That's not the reason. Like, if a bisexual person that is dating a man and they leave somebody for a woman, that's not because of their sexual orientation. That's because they're insecure. That's because blah blah blah. Like, that's not because they're bisexual. That's not simply because they're bisexual. That's not the reason. So, for someone to say that they are, you know, they're scared because that's them being insecure. That's them being scared. That's, you know, for someone to look at me and say, I'm not going to date you because you're bisexual. That's them being insecure, and that's them being scared of the future. Like just look past that and look at me for me and my personality, and maybe give me a shot, because you might be passing up an opportunity to date someone who's really amazing and really perfect for you and really going to show you a lot of great times and memories. Oh, that burp still hurts. And you might be passing up all of that just because you're a little bit arrogant, a little bit ignorant. A lot bit arrogant, arrogant and ignorant. And I'm getting really heated. I'm getting really heated because this is really personal for me. And I'm trying to speak in a broader, you know, sense, but at the same time, this is hitting home really hard for me because I've dealt with this personally. If you are turning down people who are bisexual, you might be turning down love for the future. So if you are turning down bisexual people, but you're not getting dates, but you're turning down people that are asking you out that just happen to be bi, don't be posting on Facebook, oh, I never get dates, nobody's ever asked me out, I'm so alone, blah, blah, blah. Go out with someone. What's the worst that could happen? Just go out on that first date and see who they are in person. Get to know them for them. Not their sexual orientation. Get to know them for them. Their personality, their sense of humor, what they like to do, what they don't like to do, what they do for work. What music do they like? What kind of food do they like? Just get to know them. They're them. They're a person. They're a human being. I can't believe that in 2021 we're still depicting people off their sexual orientations. It's, oh, you're bi? Well, I can't see anything past that. Seriously? In 2021 we're still doing that shit? Like, that's the reason that you're not going to date someone? You can't see past that to the personality, to the person that's underneath that? That's beyond that? Bisexuality is a cover, not cover, but it's a, it's a cape we wear and the superhero that's underneath. Because I'm badass. I'm bragging a little bit. I'm a pretty awesome person. All right. I may not seem like it on my YouTube videos, but I am a confident person. Sobriety has taught me to be more confident. Has taught me to be more respectful. I respect myself a whole lot more now that I'm sober. I have become a way more confident person. It's taken me a couple years to get there, but I'm a way more confident person. Through all these medical issues and medical woes and stuff, I am getting stronger, even though my body's getting weaker. Weaker. I'm getting a little emotional just because that's how I am. But like, my body's getting weaker, but my mind is getting stronger. Because through pain comes strength. Because I'm finding that just I'm way stronger than I give myself credit for, and even though I'm kind of losing this battle to my mind in a sense that, like, I have always had the mindset of like I'm going to get better. Like my body is going to get better eventually, and finally my mind is getting to the point where I'm realizing I'm not. Like, my body's just not going to get better, and I'm gradually accepting that. So my mind is kind of taking a toll in that sense. So like, mentally, in that sense of like my body's not going to get better, it's like I'm kind of falling down a hill right now, because it's hard to accept that. But like, in the sense of life, I'm really getting stronger. Like, I'm trying to start my own business next year stronger. Like, and I'm actually doing it. Like, I've been seeking out like locations. I'm figuring out rent. I'm figuring out how much I'm gonna need to start this business. I'm figuring out like the menu. I've got people that are on board already if I get this thing going. I have investors lined up. Like, I have things going. So my mind is kind of falling down the stairs right now because of my health, but it's skyrocketing right now towards the future. So they're kind of going opposite directions in my mind, in just my mind. So my mind is kind of all rattled right now. But I'm a way more confident person right now, so I kind of see myself as kind of a badass person, because despite everything that is going wrong with my body, I'm still kind of stuck at a dead-end job. I have a really bright future ahead, and I know that. And that's what's kind of enabling me to kind of reach back out to the dating world and see, who's out there. And the fact that, because I was on Bumble, which is a dating site where if a guy matches with a girl, the girl has to message you first. Like, you're not allowed to message the girl. Like, you have no way to message a girl. The girl has to message you first. And I matched with the girl, and she messaged me, and I was like, cool, because I never get messages from girls on there. I always match with guys, and they never message me anyway. So, like, but yeah, she messaged me, and we've been talking for like the past like week and a half, and That's why I said it's very new. It's like been a week and a half, but like, you know, I mean, we like talking to each other and we like the same things. Although she's a Cubs fan, I'm a Sox fan, so that sucks. But we made jokes about that. Like, you know, it's all in fun. It's you know, I'm confident. I'm rubbing my arm because I'm just, you know, I'm happy, but at the same time, like, I'm nervous because, you know, it's new. I haven't done this I haven't done that, like, I haven't talked to a girl in, like, it's been a while. I mean, I talked to a girl like a year ago, but then she stopped talking to me because I'm bi. Big shock. She, like, found out, like, apparently she didn't read my it was the first line to my profile, but apparently she didn't read my profile very well, because then, like, 3 months in, she's like, oh, I didn't realize you were bi. Like, bye-bye. And I'm like, oh, bye-bye, bye, guy. Yeah, so it's just, I have a lot of feelings on this topic. I don't want this video to go like 45 minutes again, so I'm going to just cut it off here, but I'm really happy for my future. I'm really excited for my future, but for all of you out there that are turning down bisexual people because you're scared for what they might do to you, or not do to you, I'm sorry, that's a bad way to word that, like, because you're scared you might get cheated on, just go on one date with them and get to know them as a person, and not as their sexual orientation. Because once you start judging them as their sexual orientation, you already lost as being a human being, and you're a stereotyper, and that's not a good person to be. So please give people a chance. Or if you're a straight person and you are not familiar with the LGBTQ community, and you meet someone who's bi, but you like and you're not familiar with them, talk to them first for a while and get to know that community, because if you are going to date a bisexual person, they might have some insight for you. They're going to have some insight for you because they're part of that community. And you might learn a little bit more about the LGBTQ community. You might be an ally in the future that you may not have been before. Like, you're going to learn things and you'll be more educated and informed. So if you're not part of the LGBTQ community and you're asked out by someone who is part of that community, give them a chance. You know, I know that it's kind of a scary feeling, and I'm not saying, like, you know, I'm not, but don't, like, just shoot them down and say, like, well, it's because you're bi that I'm not going to date you. And if the reason is because you think you're going to get cheated on, try to get rid of that mentality, because that's the stupidest thing in the world. So talk to them as a person and not as a sexual orientation, because they are a human being just like you. So talk to them as a human being, get to know them a bit, and learn about the community, because the community is pretty badass. It hurts when people get hurt like that, because we're not a sexual orientation. We are a human being. We are human beings. And that's what hurts. That's what hurts me the most, is when people say, "Well, you're bi." I'm like, "No, I'm Alex." Yeah, I'm not. I am bi, but I am Alex first. I'm Alex first. I'm bi second. Well, I'm bi like 12th, but you know, like, yeah, I'm Alex first. I'm a golf lover second. You know, I like to eat pizza third. Like, there's a lot more to me before I get to, oh yeah, and I'm bi. Like, that's part of who I am, but I am a whole lot of other things as well. Get to know me as a person, as a human being. Don't be a dick. Like, you know, don't label me and think that everything that you've heard about that sexual orientation is true. Yes, there are people out there that are assholes, but guess what? There are straight people that are assholes that cheat. There are gay people out there that cheat. There are transgender people out there that cheat. There are everybody in every sexual orientation that cheat. Alright? I would say that since there are more straight people than gay people out there, way more straight people have cheated than gay people and bisexual people have cheated. So for you to say, like, oh, since you're bi, you're going to cheat on me, guess what, hon? If you're going to date someone who's straight, just statistically, way more straight people have cheated than gay people. That's just by the numbers, not by the percentages, just by the numbers. So, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it's just one of those things that doesn't make any sense. It's just stop labeling the person by their sexual orientation, and get to know the person as a human being rather than a sexual orientation. You know, we're all human beings as well. You know, the shirt I wore last week is perfect for that. You know, we are all human. I mean, obviously that means that, you know, no matter our sexual orientation, we're all human beings. But I'm saying, you know, no matter my sexual orientation, I'm a human being. Get to know me as me, you know, and you'll see that I'm not an asshole. But it's, you know, just get to know people as human beings. And, you know, if you're worried about the sexual orientation of a person, get to know them first as a human being for a bit. And then just ask them about, you know, if they've already told you that they're bisexual or whatever, then ask them about that later. But, you know, don't have that be the very first thing you ask them about themselves. Get to know them as a person first. Hey, what foods do you like? Hey, what do you like to watch for movies? Get to know them as a person. Treat them as a human being. Don't treat them as an object. That's stupid. And that's so demeaning and condescending. You know, you're not higher than somebody who's bisexual if you're straight. Like, that's bullshit. Like, oh, you're bi, then I need to ask you 5,000 questions to make sure that you're not going to cheat on me. Nah. Ask them about them as a human being, as you would if you were dating a straight person. Please. Treat them like human beings. Please. Please. That is not too much to ask. And actually, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. Don't treat anybody other than, you know, don't treat anybody, period, straight people, bisexual people, gay people, anybody, as anything less than human. Treat people as human beings. Don't treat them as objects of their sexual orientation. I guess that's the best way I can put this whole video. And that'll be it for this video. So everybody have a great week coming up, great weekend coming up. Happy Pride Month. Tell someone you love them today. And be kind to one another. Keep fighting through everything you got going on. Message me if you need me. Or if you just need someone to talk to. All my socials are in the description in every video. Every video has the description. Every video in the description of every video has every one of my socials. You can message me anywhere. My Snap is open to everyone. Like I customized it so anyone can message me, whether you're a friend of mine or not. So feel free to message me if you like. My YouTube comments I'm going to open back up to everybody. However, if that one person keeps trying to blast my YouTube comments with disgusting comments, I'm going to have to keep cutting them back to where I hold them for review. So you know who you are. Please don't do that. I don't know why you keep trying to do this vengeance shit through my YouTube channel. I don't know why you keep trying to do it. It's been like 6 years since we had a beef. Or 6 months since we had a beef. Get over it. Yeah. Everybody have a great week coming up, and I will see everybody next Wednesday. Take care of one another, everybody. Happy Pride.